Here is a little movie of my Mark 8 mini computer that I just finished. The Mark 8 was a computer created by John Titus back in about 1973, featured in radio electronics. There's not many of them in existence. It's based upon the Intel 8008. I've got it running a little test program right now. Just wrote this, and what it does is just toggles bits back and forth on the output bus, or actually it's the output port 0 that's reflected right there on the bottom of the display. On the rest of the LEDs going on are the data bus and the address bus, so you can actually see the computer thinking. That program was meticulously toggled in the computer with the switches. It takes quite a while to do that, and it's fairly error prone. Here's a listing of the program. What I do is I go through and write it in assembly, and I actually run it on an emulator to make sure it works, and then I go through and enter it into the memory, and it actually took me several attempts. Here's one side of the computer. This is the power supply side. This is just a power supply I have in there for now. I'm going to put a more permanent power supply in there that supplies more current. This little one gets pretty hot. Around you can see the top of the wiring. Interesting thing on the Mark 8, the input bus from the data lines actually comes over the top of the computer, and the rest of the wiring is from the switches that allow you to put data directly into the memory or jam instructions in when you do an interrupt. Here's the back. There's the switch wiring. And I'm going to come back here and give you a little tour. The front panel with all the LEDs sits first in the slot, so you can see it. And then I've got the output port board. That's got 4 output ports. Then I've got the memory board. That actually runs quite hot. It's got 321101 memory chips in there for 1K by 8 bits of memory. Then we've got the address bus board. This actually takes the multiplex bus of the 8008 as everything comes off, demultiplexes it into your high and low address bytes. Then I've got the input board next, and then last the processor board buried deep in there is an 8008 chip. I built a custom backplane for it. Normally these computers were hardwired together, which made them difficult to troubleshoot and expand, and I put in a couple extra slots for a future video card that I'm designing and building right now. It's an all TTL video card, and then also an expanded memory card, which will have RAM and possibly a ROM chip on there, so I can load some stuff, bootstraps and that. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the tour.